Okay, let's dive right into this. Today we're looking at a fantastic case study we like to call the coffee shop dream. We're going to unpack exactly how you build rock-solid business skills right from scratch.
So think about it for a second. What actually turns a simple pie-in-the-sky dream into a booming, profitable business? Because let's be real, passion alone doesn't pay the rent, and it definitely doesn't scale an operation. To see how to bridge that massive gap, we're going to break down one incredibly relatable journey. Meet Emma. She's from Seattle, and when she first set out to open her own coffee shop, she was just 24 years old. Now at 24, you've got endless energy, sure, but you're also staring down a massive uphill climb when it comes to capital and industry know-how. She didn't have a slick MBA or decades of corporate strategy to lean on. She was essentially starting from square one. What Emma did have, though, was an absolute obsession with coffee. She knew the beans, she loved the vibe, but she literally had zero practical experience running a commercial enterprise. And this gap right here, between loving a product and actually running a successful business around it, is where so many beginners just hit a wall. But Emma didn't give up. Instead, she went out and deliberately acquired 5 very specific tools. Tool number 1, never stop learning. Emma realized pretty quickly that she didn't know what she didn't know. So she built this non-negotiable daily habit. Literally just 30 minutes every single day, she's reading books, she's devouring business podcasts, basically building her own DIY curriculum on marketing, customer service, and finance. She didn't sit around waiting for some mentor to magically appear. She took total control of her own education. Because here's the thing, great business owners are lifelong learners. The market shifts, what customers want changes, and financial rules evolve. So that tiny 30-minute daily window of education, it actively rewired Emma's brain from coffee enthusiast to savvy executive. It really is the absolute bedrock for any kind of sustainable success. Let's move to the second tool and see how this builds. Tip 2 is all about deeply understanding your customers. Emma created this brilliant external feedback loop. She made it a point to talk to every single person who walked through her doors. She'd ask them point blank, "Hey, what do you love about this place?" And, even more importantly, what could we do better? She wasn't hiding in some back office. She was right there on the front lines, gathering raw, unfiltered data. And the result? It's pretty straightforward. Happy customers become loyal customers. When you look someone in the eye and actually ask for their honest opinion, you're not just doing market research. You are validating them. You are making them feel valued. And a customer who feels valued doesn't just come back. They tell all their friends. Emma was building long-term loyalty, one single conversation at a time. And this brilliantly illustrates our next major hurdle, managing money wisely. Look, it is such a classic rookie mistake to just blow your profits the second they hit the bank account. But Emma took the smart route. She aggressively saved those early profits and pumped them straight back into the business. She bought top-tier coffee machines to make the product better, and she paid for staff training to elevate the service. Smart financial choices like that, they're the oxygen that lets a business breathe and grow. And it's not just about capital. Tool number 4 is building strong relationships. Emma treated every single node in her business ecosystem with profound respect. We're talking about her floor employees, her bean suppliers, and obviously her customers. By genuinely valuing these 3 crucial groups, she built this incredible foundation of trust, and word of her stellar reputation started to spread like wildfire. It is so incredibly easy to get totally bogged down in spreadsheets and metrics, but you have to remember this core lesson. Business is built on trust and relationships. Behind every successful transaction, behind every single glowing online review, and behind every reliable delivery, there is a web of real human connections. And Emma cultivated that web on purpose. Now let's get real for a second, because no honest business story skips the hard times. This brings us to tip 5, persistence. But I don't mean just blind, head-against-the-wall stubbornness. For Emma, persistence meant actively figuring out how to improve the shop instead of just throwing in the towel during those brutal months when sales inevitably dropped. The initial excitement wore off, sure, but her absolute resolve is what kept the doors open. So, the crucial point here is that persistence is literally one of the greatest business skills you can have. It's not a personality trait you're just born with. It is an active, deployable skill. Refusing to quit and choosing instead to focus on tiny, incremental improvements while weathering the storm, that is just as vital as the best marketing campaign or financial strategy you'll ever execute. So let's look at the whole picture. From day one as a passionate beginner in Seattle, going straight through the crucible of those scary, low-sale months where quitting felt like the most logical choice, she applied her 5 tools. By pushing through the struggle with continuous learning, customer care, strict financial management, relationship building, and pure persistence, she hit year 5 with multi-shop success across Washington state. 3. In just 5 short years, Emma went from a complete beginner with 0 experience to owning 3 booming coffee shops across the state. It is the ultimate physical proof that her deliberate step-by-step system actually worked.
Now, what's really interesting about this retrospective from Emma is how perfectly it sums up her entire toolkit. She says, success doesn't happen overnight. Learn every day, care for your customers, manage your money, build strong relationships, and never give up. No magic tricks, no lottery tickets, just the relentless, everyday application of the absolute basics.
So here is the massive overarching takeaway from this explainer. Small improvements done every single day create huge business success in the future. It's basically the law of compound interest, but applied to your personal habits and business practices. Monumental, life-changing success isn't usually one giant leap. It's just the mathematical result of doing a few simple, really smart things consistently day after day.
Which leaves us with one final, very important question. What small improvement are you going to make today to build your future success? Is it going to be 30 minutes of reading? Maybe asking a client for some brutally honest feedback? The blueprint is right here. The only thing left is for you to take that very first actionable step. Dive in and start building.